Alrighty, so today we are going to be using the Sins team with Liz, but we are going to be running Traitor Meliodas, which is definitely an interesting one. I had a couple of people ask about using Traitor Meli, and I don't necessarily think it's going to go too well, but I assume the idea here is that we're just going to use a bunch of single targets, get a bunch of damage reduction, hopefully become tanky enough to win, and then profit. But yeah, I don't know. He's pretty old. We're going to be running him on HP defense because honestly, we're not getting a whole bunch of buffs from this team regardless, and so it's not really going to be worth trying to make him a big damage dealer. We're just going to try to rely on Liz. I've got her on attack crit at the moment, so we're just going to keep him for building passives and everything, but we'll see how it kind of turns out. I am in Challenger, so there's a lot of potential for bots here, but if you're new to the channel, feel free to subscribe. We're kind of messing around with Liz this week. If you have any other team suggestions or anything, feel free to let me know, but we'll see how this one goes. I don't have high hopes, but hey, it could be interesting, or at least a fun sort of team to play with. Okay, we have an old school demon team, first and foremost, which is kind of odd, I have to say. Let's go for some single targets here, I guess. I think maybe our best bet is to try to get some damage out on the Chandler, so that way once he puts up his stance, we can try to get through it. Okay, surprisingly, I actually crit there, which Chandler is older than Traitor Meli, so I guess. Okay, goes for a disable, which I'm assuming this is a bot, so I'm glad he didn't stance, to be honest with you. Getting some decent damage off here. I actually thought about maybe using Purgatory Meli, but in the same way that I'm not super sure that this Liz is going to do good damage off of the Goddess team, throwing Meli on here, who I also think doesn't do the greatest off of the Demon team, would seem like kind of a double whammy, and it might not be super good. So, yeah, I'm going to go for all AoEs here, or single targets, so that way I can try to maximize the Meli passive. Alright. That was maybe a little bit more than I was expecting. Okay. Okay, 106 is not bad. We do get all stat increases from him, which is nice. So, I mean, that is going to help us crit a little bit. But then again, this is an older... Well, yeah, it's like an older school demon team. So these characters are definitely not as up to par with some of the more recent characters that have come out, as far as like crit resistance and stuff like that goes. So he did encroach me here. Luckily, I do have res still. This one might be kind of tough. I think I'm going to go for the big AoE play here. Chandler's taunt is pretty harsh. Like, it gives him a lot of HP, so we'll see. Ooh, very close, though. Actually, very close. It didn't really do that much to the Estarossa, which... maybe his Estarossa has the Tarmia link on. I'm actually not 100% on that. No, he got so much HP back on the Chandler. It has to be on him. Okay. Okay, not a kill there. We do have her ult in hand, which is great. I want to see the Pierce card before we kill, though, because I haven't used Traitor Meli in quite a while, and he is he's kind of like a fun character, to be honest. He's pretty outdated, I'll be honest. Like, he's not anything to write home about nowadays, especially PvP wise. He's really good for PvE stuff. Okay, that's actually not too bad. 278, level 1. That single target leaves a little bit to be desired, I'll be honest. Oh, he does have the Tarmia link on. I should have checked that at the beginning, but it's fine. 1 mil on the DN there. Interesting start. I mean, obviously not a very meta competitor like that we're going up against first and foremost, but I can see some of the potential. All right, we have an unknown team. I think unknown teams are going to be really bad with this comp because normally we can kind of rely on the fact that Mael keeps us from getting stat lowered, and Tyr is going to lower our crit resistance quite a bit, which means that there's a lot of potential for him to crit and do a lot of damage to us with this team. So I'm not incredibly confident in how this is going to go, but maybe it'll work out for us. The Albedo taunt is very concerning, I'll be honest. I don't have a way to cleanse off the hell debuffs as well. I don't expect this to go super smooth. So let's go for single target, single target, single target. I mean, I could just try to move cards and stuff like that to avoid attacking into this. Oh my god, Melly's dead. There's no way. No crits. Okay, actually didn't die. His all stats might have helped a bit there. We stun out. We didn't kill. Dude. There are so many situations where she just, like, she does really good damage with that card, don't get me wrong, but she'll leave them with, like, the tiniest little HP, and it is so frustrating. Okay. Ooh, hitting the Liz here. Good damage on it, too. She's very low now. AoE. Does kill my Liz off. That is a bit unfortunate. I mean, she's not doing a whole lot for the team's sake, but she's disabled this turn. I really want to try to get rid of the Albedo. I'm going to get rid of the Albedo here. Because if I can get rid of her... well, I don't know. This is probably going to go pretty bad, if I had to guess. She doesn't have Nanashi buffs on, which is good for me. I'll get Traitor Melly's ultimate, but both of these characters are pretty low. One good tier AoE here, and I think I'm kind of done for. We did get another stack of damage reduction. What's this one look like? That was way more than I was expecting. And then... yeah, pretty easy kill there. Unfortunate. I mean, this is kind of what I was expecting from this team, but hey, we're only on match 2. We'll see if we can pull out another interesting one. All right, we have a full Angel team here. I assume a full Angel team is going to be very bad for us. Does have Tarmiel Link on. Let's just go for the 2 single target turn 1, because that seems like the most, you know, logical play. Trying to build up some stacks with Melly, of course. No crits there, which I'm not really expecting crits from this guy, but I mean, you know, there's maybe some potential for some crits. Liz has the lowest HP because she's on an attack crit set. A little bit of AoE action here. Ooh, actually some good damage from that. Okay, we live those. Mael disables himself. I am in quite a pickle, though. Let's go for this AoE into... that's going to give me full stacks. Do I send the AoE? I think I stun the Margaret. Because if I can stun the Margaret... is it gonna kill? 290 on that is... I don't actually think this stuns, which is super dumb. Because the fact that that doesn't stun is actually kind of ridiculous. In the fact that I think there's other scenarios where some characters hit through a revive and the debuff still applies. I don't know if it's because it's part of her passive and it's not a skill effect from a card. Like, I don't know if that's the reason why it doesn't work out or what, but, yeah, I don't know. We have a 5/6 melee, which is pretty cool. Is it going to be enough? To be determined. I have to kill Mael here, so we're going to go for the single target. This is going to remove all of their buffs. Increase, or lower, well, actually, we're not lowering anything because they're goddesses. Okay, actually really nice damage there. Once I get the free copy from the jumping box, he'll actually be 6/6 at that point, so that's really cool. He does have max stacks here. He actually is being stat lowered now. Never mind, he cleansed it off because he has Tristan! Stun on the Deanne, which is unfortunate. Gets his ultimate. At this point, I mean, we just go... We go hard. We go crazy on him. That was actually decent damage in of itself. Can we kill Tristan with this? Oh, we kill them both. Actually insane. I'm loving it. This is This is far from good. But, I mean, we're fighting bots too, so it's not very impressive. But it's at least kind of fun. I'm at least having some fun with it. That's all I can really ask for. Ooh, is this an ult rush team? Is this Green Merlin? It is Green Merlin. All right, definitely running an ult rush team. Let's go for this, I guess. I'm gonna brace for the worst here. Okay, doing very little damage to the Albedo. We pull an extra melee single target, I guess. Could maybe use that. Merge. Elizabeth single target. Or do we just try to go for the stun play? I'm not too sure. Okay, Patience is there. Didn't throw his stance on, actually, so I think I am going to go for that play then. Because this will give us max stacks. We gain another stack of Melee's passive from these two attacks. Boom. Pretty good damage there, actually. Get another stance, which is good, because this one expires this turn. I really want to use that AoE. Maybe I still do use the AoE. I'm actually not 100% sure. That shield from Merlin is not really going to be a big issue, I don't think. I'm going to AoE, and then we're going to stun the Albedo. We're not going to gain a stack of Melee's passive here, unfortunately, because we're not double single targeting. What's this looking like? Oh, that actually did really good damage. That was really good damage. If we don't kill here... Ooh, 363. Actually, really good. We do put a lot of stacks on ourselves, which is not so good. This Merlin ult, I'm not incredibly worried about. It is an attack seal, so we won't be able to use the Diane cards, which is a bit unfortunate, because if he ult rushes, I might be in a little bit of a situation there. But obviously, you know, the bots playing this all kinds of wrong, which I don't really expect much less. I guess we move to Hell being our main target at this point. So let's go for double single target for the passive, and then guess we use an AoE. We're not going to be full stacked, unfortunately. It might have been better to save that, but it's okay. I could use the melee AoE, I guess. I mean, I guess maybe that melee AoE would have been better to use there, considering that we're building so many all stats with him. But putting more stacks on melee is... well, yeah, it probably would have been better, too, because putting the AoE with the Liz there, with her being our main DPS, if we, if we lose Liz, things are going to go much worse than if we lost melee, so... Okay, a little bit of damage here. We lost the Diane, unfortunately. Luckily, the bot is really expecting a lot from Merlin. Let's go for AoE. Do I just go full single targets? I don't know if I do. Let's go for this to... He doesn't have Nanashi buffs on, so I'm feeling pretty confident in it. Because this should deal good damage. Not nearly as much as I was hoping for, actually. Well, at least we reset the ultimate move gauge. I was really expecting those two cards to take that HP bar down, but what did I expect? Probably should not have overestimated my my Traitor Melee there. Okay. Luckily, she's stunned and she had some good cards in hand, so we're fine. We just go for more Liz play, because she's basically my best bet on killing anything in this game. Let's go for this. Ooh, okay. Pierce card actually doing really good. I actually do really like that Pierce card. That Pierce card is so good. It was, whenever it first came out, it was like the bane of the Festival King. Like, he would put up a shield and you'd just Pierce card it and it would just immediately destroy it pretty much. So that was kind of cool. I guess let me grab one more ticket. I'm kind of hoping we can find at least a real player here. Okay, human team with Roxy and Levi. Okay, I can kind of respect that. I think we try to get rid of the Roxy? Because Roxy is kind of annoying. He will be able to put Infects on with Levi. Oh, he's gonna remove buffs. I didn't even think about it. Levi is actually a pretty decent counter to the Liz passive. Like, it gets rid of the revive, it gets rid of the damage reduction if they're higher ult level. That's actually pretty cool. I kind of like that. Okay. A little bit of pop damage here. He disables his bond. I'm not crit resistance lowered on Deanne, so that actually did pretty little damage. Let's just try to get rid of the Roxy still. Level 3 card here from the merges is kind of crazy. 205, 115. I really like characters with Amplify, but the older they get, the worse it feels. Like people really want Sigurd to do like decent damage a lot of the times, or like I feel like I see the whole like, oh, bring Sigurd in to help the Amplify characters, but it really just isn't what it used to be. Like, Amplify used to be a very scary card, but I feel like nowadays there's a lot crazier cards in the meta and stuff, and it's actually not as good as it used to be. But I mean, sometimes it can definitely pop off. I don't know. It's definitely just dependent on like what you're facing and stuff like that. But oh, I forgot to put Quell on, but oh well. Kill off the bond there pretty easily too. That's impressive. With his damage reduction, sometimes I'm not sure how much damage I'm gonna do, but all right, that was kind of cool. I actually kind of like that team. I do think that the humans have a pretty good chance at combating the Goddess team. I'm interested to see what the next character is gonna do. That one was pretty fast. Let me grab one more ticket just out of curiosity's sake. Alright, we have an Angel team. This one's probably going to not go too well if I had to guess, because the full Angel team just has a lot of stats to beat through, and I just don't know if I have it in me. I really don't. So, I guess let's just go for the normal turn 1. We have potential to merge that into a level 2, which is kind of nice. Depending on, which I assume because we're dealing damage to Margaret, she's going to be the one that gets the revive. Okay, good merges there, actually. I don't think we play for the level 3, unfortunately, because I kind of need to just use attacks to be able to pop the passive on Liz, unfortunately. But we'll see. Surprisingly, I feel like the damage reduction is helping Deanne tank quite a bit. I mean, it's not like the craziest, but I mean, it's definitely helping. He disabled his Margaret, so that's kind of nice. He does have a little bit of damage reduction going as well. Do I try to go for Mael at this point is a good question. I'm going to go for this, so that way we don't pop our stacks just yet. We can maybe use the Liz AoE next turn. And then we can get really good damage out on the Mael here. Okay, well, we just straight up kill him, which is great. We still have our stacks too, which is really, really nice. Dude, I gotta say, I mean, it might be the fact that, well, I don't think we're lowering their stats at all. Well, we're lowering 10% attack related from Liz, but I don't think that's actually like that big of a deal. The Pierce card from Melly actually does pretty well, I have to say. Like, it's surprisingly very useful. Okay, bot going hamo mode, using all those buffs with no real benefit to it. That's fine, I guess. We'll just go for... Try to get rid of her. I guess we do try to get rid of the Margaret, because 6/6 Margaret disables for 2 turns, lowers damage, or increases damage dealt. So, or I think it lowers or increases my damage taken. But either way, dude, his ultimate still hits pretty hard. I'm pretty happy with his ultimate. Surprisingly, his AoE card still pretty good too. It's not like super impressive, of course, but can do some decent damage. The Amplify card definitely falls short in a couple of ways. Not a big fan of that, but the damage reduction helps a little bit. It's obviously not overwhelming how much it does, but surprisingly, I actually didn't hate this. Obviously, we fought a lot of bots, which is unfortunate because I'm already in Challenger this week, but yeah, I don't know. If you have any other interesting units you want me to try out with him, feel free to just ask. I'm sure if it's an actually decent team that I want to try out, I'm more than happy to give it a go. But either way, thanks for watching. Subscribe. I'll see you tomorrow.